Welcome back. I'm Kristen Eargle with College.town. I'm joined by Parth Desai, RallyFuel's founder. Parth, I wanted to have you on because your platform is catching the eye of the industry as everyone is talking about NIL Go now, and ways administrators are trying to draw engagement and fans. So, for those that don't know, what is RallyFuel? Describe it for us.
Yeah, it's a gamified fan engagement platform. Um, that allows athletes to get NIL deals. Um, if you go to our platform, you'll see that we have kind of a suite of products. The first being the athlete cards. So if you go to our site, rallyfuel.com, and click athletes, you'll see we think we have over 30,000 athletes listed where you can search and filter based on sport, positions, really all sorts of filters, conferences. And, if you click the cards, you'll see their stats over several years. So, if it's a junior, you'll see their kind of their performance trends from freshman to that junior year. We have a predictions, which is part of the fan engagement aspect of the platform, where fans can choose who they think is going to win a game. So currently we support football, women's basketball, and men's basketball. So really all the fans can go, and doesn't matter if they're right or wrong, can pick who they think might win, and they receive points for just kind of engaging on the platform. The gamified nature of the platform allows fans for, everything they do on platform, they get points for, and the points can be redeemed for prizes, which we can get to at a certain point. Additionally, we have another kind of gamified aspect of the platform is fans getting badges for kind of completing missions on platform, kind of further keeping that engaged, gamified platform experience.
All right, let's break it down even further. Walk me through the platform from the student athlete's perspective when they see the profiles and all that and the money. Explain it a little bit more, all the NIL, and then after that, talk me through kind of the onboarding process.
Yeah, so just to kind of tackle the second point on the onboarding, it's super easy. Athletes can be onboarded in, I think, less than 60 seconds last time we timed it. So, they would go to login where the athletes and fans actually share the same login modal. Athletes would choose, I'm an athlete, where it takes them to the verification page where we want the athletes to, upload a form of verification. So whether that's, state license, passport, or really any identification, as well as take a selfie. So we can tie, that form of identification to the actual athlete. Upon being verified, it would take them to their athlete dashboard, where they'll see all their active deals on RallyFuel, where we have a 4-step process for the athletes in order to kind of monetize their NIL. The first, which is verification. The second, which is executing our NIL deal or our NIL agreement. The third is completing the deliverables at a fair market value. And the fourth is reporting to NIL Go, or really, actually, this is kind of 3.1, reporting to NIL Go as well as the university. And then the fourth, which would be withdrawing money per the NIL deal. So it's a really simple process, or we've taken a complex process and simplified it into really 4 easily digestible steps.
And it looks like on the platform, when I was looking on it, that fans can use this as a way to keep athletes at their school. And then the other side of the platform, obviously, you can see fans that would like the player to leave, but kind of explain that process.
Yeah, it's kind of this fun game for the fans. Again, doing fan engagement. So kind of the way it would work is, let's say I'm a University of Florida fan. Kristen, you're a University of Georgia fan. And let's say there's a awesome athlete who's considering both, or you can enter the transfer portal and for whatever reason wants to go to Florida or Georgia. me and the Florida fans, we would put, $1,000 saying, hey, let's call him Johnny. Johnny, come to Florida. Kristen, you and the Georgia fans put, let's say, $2,000 to say, hey, Johnny, come to Georgia. Upon Johnny going, let's say he goes to Georgia, upon him being on the official school roster and completing the deliverables, that is when the NIL deal is triggered, and Johnny could withdraw the $2,000 less our platform fee, which is 10%, so $200.
And then obviously for the fans, if the player chooses to stay.
Oh, they get their money back. So in the which is critical, the no risk aspect, the Florida fans, using the previous example, would get their money back. So there's 10 Florida fans in that potential deal. They would all get their $100 back.
And then the other side of this is the fan engagement. So explain that from the big 30-foot view of what that looks like, and then obviously how fans become engaged and on board.
Yeah, so the kind of the previous product is one kind of engagement product we have. We have predictions. So right now we're supporting 3 sports, so fans can predict outcomes of games. So if they think Florida's playing Georgia in football, think Florida's going to win, they could say, I think Florida. They would get points for that, whether they're right or wrong. So if they pick Georgia, they still get the points. Those points can be redeemed for prizes. So we recently just gave away tickets to the Florida-Miami game, where fans who, for all activity they interacted, for all things that you can do on platform, you get points. Those points fans redeemed for entries into the giveaway, which again were for the tickets. But we're going to expand the kind of the point system to allow fans to redeem that for, let's say, a 10% coupon at the stadium merch store, or 20% off a beer and a burger at a restaurant surrounding the stadium, or for students, 10% off the student bookstore, because those are killer. Bookstores are not cheap. And so we wanted the engagement is just interacting in the whole college experience is really what we're going for.
All right. A big question would be compliance from an administrative perspective. How is your platform compliant with NIL Go?
Yeah. So we have partnered with Darren Heitner. He's an attorney out of Fort Lauderdale, who's guided us very closely on our compliance framework. So how we are compliant is every step of the way, or those 4 steps I described earlier, are carefully, we record all the transactions for NIL Go, so they can kind of see where all the monies are coming and going. All the money is, locked until the deliverables are completed by the athlete, again, per the NCAA. And we've also consulted with Darren on state-by-state NIL laws, and are actively watching and engaging on a federal level to ensure that if the environment changes on a federal level, state levels, we're on top of it, and adapting our processes to ensure that we're compliant with state, federal, and university policies if they change.
And how do you streamline compliance, especially from the administrative perspective, and save costs for them and improve that fan engagement?
So this is critical. Like, again, in the kind of post-house settlement era, a lot of universities need tools, cheap tools to, stay compliant with kind of the regulatory landscape. So we have a university dashboard as well, where compliance officers, university officials, whoever the personnel that the university deems fit, will have insight into where the student athletes are in their compliance process. So let's say, Johnny on the football team has a deal above $600. The university would be aware that, okay, that deal needs to be reported. And upon Johnny reporting that deal to NIL Go, they'll get that update as well. So it gives them a holistic view as to where they are as an athletic department, as well as compliance with the tax authorities. Like we have to ensure that, everyone's paying their taxes as well. So that we provide 1099s for the athletes. So the universities will also be aware of, everyone, the athletes themselves should be aware that they need to pay the IRS, and we also are proactive in working with them. We're actually just rolling out an NIL education hub, kind of walking through a lot of the things that we're talking about, just so, everyone's aware of, deadlines, and mostly deadlines.
What's been the reception so far with student athletes and fans?
Student athletes, they've loving it. Like, they think the website looks super cool. Since we are, relatively early, or a newer platform, we need to get, we have the kind of classic chicken and the egg problem. So the athletes are loving it. We're actively working with several universities to make sure that the athletes can and will, sign up, and the fans love it too. It's really just right now we're in that distribution, getting the word out there by going on, programs like this to make everyone aware. But everyone who interacts with it is loving it. We have an iPhone app coming out, hopefully within the month. So, athletes, fans, everybody, we're all mobile first. So that should help increase engagement on really all levels.
How would you say your platform differs from others in the market?
I think the holistic nature and the depth of our product is very unique, because we serve, really four parties, which are fans, athletes, collectives, universities, coaches. We can develop a coaches dashboard of 5. So it's incredibly holistic versus I think some of the other platforms may not have the kind of the multi-sided marketplace or platform that we have, as well as the depth of our products. We have, 3 or 4 different products, as well as the gamification and the rewards for both the athletes and the fans are very unique comparatively to, I think, other sports platforms and NIL platforms.
Okay, so one thing I noticed is that can you support any athlete within those sports? So not just the 5-star athlete, but it could be anybody on the roster.
Oh yeah, anybody. So I think we support all sports. So or we will be slowly integrating all the sports as well as Olympic sports. So we have you'll see on a lot of the athlete cards, and if you go to the athletes tab, actually you'll see we have an Olympic filter where you can filter the you can see the current Olympians that are going to compete in LA in 2028 if they've gone through that trial period. Each sport has different kind of trial periods right now, but you'll be able to see the ones that are either at trials or have kind of completed through trials. So Olympics, and I think we have like 90% of the NCAA sports.
For you personally, how did this idea come about? I mean, obviously you're a college athletics fan. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I was kind of reading about NIL like in Sports Illustrated or something, some online publication, and kind of saw some of the pain points that exist in the current the current environment. So, I read about different NIL deals, how athletes were interacting, how fans were, or, lack thereof, or, not all fans, you could say. So I thought it'd be just kind of a fun way to kind of get involved in the space, and kind of just got to work and started building this.
For administrators watching right now, they go, okay, I need to kind of digest this, investigate, look at it a little bit deeper. How can they get a hold of you and look at this?
Parth@RallyFuel.com. That's my personal email. We have contact information on the website, but just I hope this doesn't go to anyone. Otherwise, I would just give my phone number too. I don't know if this, gets leaked. I get enough spam calls.
That's right. Let's just stick with the email, but yes. And then they can go to rallyfuel.com as well.
Yes. And we have contact info there, but my email's better than that because I'm on it 24 hours a day.
Good to know. Parth, thank you so much for your insight today. Best of luck.
Thank you.